You are now listening to The Beat Basement, Season 4, Episode 10.
I know people be saying like, bruh, music ain't for everybody. We all listen to sound.
Right.
Everybody has a potential to reach their own sound.
Presents The Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers, all of them. And this is where it all goes down, where you hear the funky sounds from the producers that's up and coming to Grammy Award winning, all of them. And I'm your host Swish, and we going in, everything going in. Well, on this episode, we had the dopest beat maker slash, versatile slash creator. Enough said from me. On this episode, we have my bro, Chrishovers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
What's up, bro?
Welcome to the crib.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Chrishovers, originally from Washington, D.C., born and raised there.
D.C.
Came out to Atlanta to go to school. Just graduated from Emory University, film studies major. Finna get into it.
Whew.
Yeah.
Dang. Bruh. Where do I even start at, man? You're a scholar, man. You already, own it.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
People should listen to you already.
Yeah, I think one, shout out to my village, shout out to my family, shout out to everybody who's been a part of my journey, because there was a lot of people involved with this. Like, I definitely didn't do it alone. Man, I had like a whole network of scholarship advisors, mentors, my family, man. Like, they really got me through a lot of shit, for real.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Right. I see they put Black Lives Matter Avenue or Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I think they put Avenue or something like that. Yeah.
Right in front of the White House.
Yeah.
How you feel about that, man? That being your hometown and
it's cool. I mean,
everything.
There's a lot more work to do, but appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what else much more to say than that, but it's a lot more than just paying over top of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other stuff that's still buried under that. You feel me? I think that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
But as far as growing up in DC though, I don't know, for me, I was always a super like quiet, observant kid. I grew up in Northeast DC, in the Mayfair neighborhood, like Mayfair Paradise side. Some people probably know where that's at.
What goes on up there? What kind of music and stuff?
Music wise, well, when I was growing up, I heard a lot of go-go music. Aside from like all the like hip hop, R&B, 2000s vibe, like all the songs that was popping around that time. Like, I heard that stuff, but in terms of like DC, I heard a lot of go-go. Like, we have go-go's, or at least we used to have them. We just had like a lot of bands and stuff. There's definitely like a bunch of different pockets of culture in DC. You have like the jazz. It's so much stuff, bro. Like, you just got to really go around. Like, DC has so many pockets of, whether it's food, music, like outside events. Like, you can always find something to do and something to eat. It's great.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. And so, how was it growing up there in the Northeast
DC? It was kind of crazy, man. Like, I mean, just like any other major city, you got your...
DC used to be bad.
Yeah, used to be.
From what I mean,
I think it's probably a little better now, but
from what I heard.
Yeah, bro, for sure. Like, just like other major cities, like, you got your hoods and stuff. A lot of neighborhood beefs, a lot of shit like that.
Man, stupid, silly shit.
Shit that I wasn't really into, but I grew up around it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up like in the heart of that shit pretty much. Yeah. But for me, it was growing up watching other people become a victim of it, whether that was through gun violence or getting jumped. Like, I've seen niggas get jumped. And it's funny because I remember my stepbrother was telling me, like, once you reach a certain age, nigga, they might start coming for you. Right. And it was like, I think it was literally when I became a teenager. Like, as soon as I went from 12 to 13, niggas was like, yo, what's in your pocket? And I'm like, or where you from? Right. I'm like, damn, like, it'd be crazy. I've definitely been tried a few times, bro. Like, growing up, like, I can't even count on my hands anymore. But just living through those experiences, I know how to navigate the streets a little better. And just like everybody else, I feel like, especially with the guys, like everybody always on edge. Like you see a nigga on the street, you like, what he on, bro? Like, is he gonna try? Because literally it'd be real fast. Like, it'd just be like, yo, what's in your pockets? Or they might try to hit you with some super left conversation. It's really it's them trying to trip you up in your pocket. So I was fortunate to really like survive all that and not become a victim of that out of fear or anything. Because that's how a lot of kids really get into that lifestyle. Sometimes it's out of fear. It's like, yo, well, I ain't trying to get got, so I'm gonna get somebody before they get me. You know what I'm saying? So I never had to, or at least I never felt like I needed to like pick up a gun or like trap or whatever. And you know, for those who do that, I ain't shaming them on that, because you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta survive how you get it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just different. I think it was like right after I graduated middle school, my 7th grade English teacher referred me to this college prep program. Shout out to the College Success Foundation of D.C. They changed my whole life.
Shout out.
And pretty much he referred me to this program called HERO, which was under the College Success Foundation. They're a whole nonprofit organization funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Costco Foundation, a few other folks. And
so Bill Gates do got some good, you know, from what I'm hearing, hey, you know, listen, he's getting a lot of backlash.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of different stuff going on, but hey, like I can't discredit the fact that my college like all my shit was paid for. I'm a Gates Millennium Scholar. You feel me? So after that, I think it was after my freshman year of high school, my college mentor, he's like the senior program officer of the whole HERO program. Shout out to Mr. Munja. That dude changed my life. Like I've done so Munja. Many things like that I have to credit to him. And you know, I wouldn't even be here if, like, I wouldn't be in Atlanta probably if it wasn't for him. For real. Senior year, I was getting like more serious with college application, scholarship.
No music
by this time. I didn't start.
Were you listening to music?
I think this is when I really started, like, because growing up, I heard a bunch of music. Like my sister, she used to play like MTV, VH1, and I used to see her. I would walk into the living room seeing her look at like Lady Gaga videos and shit. But I was
we did growing up.
Yeah, but I was never the kid that like heard something, like at least when I was younger, I never heard stuff and was like, oh, let me go listen to who album that is, or like I didn't even know how to do that shit at the time. I know people probably had like they used to download music different ways, but I didn't even know at that time. I was just like, all I knew was really like go-go music. That was the only thing that was on my phone was like go-go music and maybe a few songs that were kind of popular.
Just for a quick second, you know, no racism at all, you know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
That's really what it's about, racism. But yeah, you being from DC, that's the capital city. I had to kind of,
for sure. I mean, trust me, I understand. Like, bruh, my thing overall is like, I just wish people understand that, bro. We are all on this one rock together. Right. Like, where are we going?
We all got our own struggles and battles.
Like, it's so much. It's so many things I think about since I've been a kid, bro. It's like.
You don't even notice some of the things when you're a kid.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You like blind, like oblivious to what's going on in this world until
you start seeing it. You like, whoa.
Yeah.
Life. Okay.
Damn.
Life on Earth.
They don't like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of my color.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's crazy.
It's really crazy.
It's deep down that rabbit hole, man.
For sure.
But yeah, man. So Chrishovers is your real name, or how'd you come up with that?
My real name is Chris Chandler, but for Chrishovers, the way that came into be like was so crazy. Basically, when I got to school, I had bought one of those little hoverboards that people used to go crazy about just so I could get around campus, because Emory is hilly, like it's hills all over campus, and that's how I got around. So whenever people referred to me or addressed me, they was like, "Oh, you talking about like hoverboard, Chris?" So at first, that was my producer name. Like I used to produce under that, and the homies was telling me, bro, you should do that. Like, so I literally took a recording of like the hoverboard startup sound. That was my tag. And like for a while I ran with that. But then I was like, as I started to get a little older, I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't really rocking with this name like that. And me and Dre Digits.
It sound dope though.
It sounds dope. It still sound kind of dope. I was like, it was a time. It was a moment.
Now you're a grown man. Now
exactly. So it was a moment. But Dre Digits was telling me like, yo, like you gotta flip it to something. Like something, because I mean the hoverboard thing was cool, but now you gotta flip it to something, because this is after I started rapping. Like the homies wasn't, I could tell people weren't really rocking with the beats like that because they were different. And so basically I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna rap on my shit. Like Dre pretty much was telling me like, bro, flip it, you gotta flip it to something else. And me and him kind of came up with the whole Chrishovers thing, and eventually I started conceptualizing it more like, okay, like what do I actually do? Like I do several different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think of hovering, I think of elevation. So that's kind of how I came to the whole like, okay, this is me learning how to elevate myself aside from college.
So tell us a story about hip hop.
Okay. Shout out to DJ Ross the Root. He used to manage Phife Dawg from A Tribe Called Quest. And pretty much I met him at a workshop at Emory, and he taught a class at Emory. I think he's still teaching a class there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and it's been crazy because one of my friends hit me up. She was like, yo, you should go to this event, because she know I rap and stuff. And she emailed me the RSVP link, and it was too late to RSVP.
He's a pioneer.
Yeah.
If anybody knows music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's really funny because I started to really like find out more and more. I was like, oh, this is like, okay, this is like, he's the guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He's a veteran.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah.
So
Knowledge.
yeah, so much knowledge. Basically, I couldn't even RSVP for the event, and I decided to go anyway. Like the
sold
dude,
out?
Yeah, it was like the dude who I emailed. He was like, yeah, the event is full. We'll probably do another one next semester. So I was like, bro, I'm going. Like I don't care. I know exactly where it's at. I'm going. So I pulled up, and I wasn't even going to like barge in or try to force my way in. I just like sat outside, and I was going to wait for him to come outside to ask questions. I was just going to cook up a beat, just sit in the hallway, maybe write some questions down for him. But one of his I think one of his interns or one of the people, he had two other guys with him, because I think they're a part of this organization called National Inclag, and from what I understand, it's like a music fraternity for college students. Pretty much, Zay told me, he was like, yo, you here for the interview? I was like, I mean, not interview. He was like, yo, you here for the workshop? And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, come on in. So when I go in, it's like, because Emory has their own studio. They got like three studios in their music building. And so when I went in, it was like a bunch of people in there, including DJ Ross the Root. And he was like, yeah, we got people working on lyrics right here. We got people recording acoustics, and then people working on the beat. He was like, get in where you fit in. In my mind, I'm like, bro, I do everything. Like, I'm getting everywhere. So, but I also, like, because I knew who he was, I didn't want to be that kid that was like, hey, bro, listen to my music, this or that. Or, like, let me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to do that, especially when you had that. You could fumble that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And, like, or fumble that connection. So I've been really trying
There's
to.
so many people that do that, though, man.
I don't care how close I get to anybody, bro. I'm not going. I mean, I can be a super fan, but I'm not going to fan out like to where it's like, because they get that every day. That's gonna fumble your whole opportunity. I'd rather like at least let my face be seen, and then that's it. Like if it's meant to be later, it's gonna be meant to be, but never force anything. But I pretty much came in there pretty chill. He was like, yeah, you know, get in where you fit in. The beat was hard. Like I was like, all right, bet. I just wrote 16 bars real quick. Put that in my pocket, and I was chilling. And then he might see this and be like, he might think like, he might not know that this was a big moment for me, but it really was, because I'm like, prior to that, I hadn't really met anybody in terms of like people who's been in the game. He's been in the management game. I think he still manages Dwele, who was on Kanye's Flashing Lights. And so, you know, just to have somebody like that come through to Emory, I'm like, bro, I gotta take advantage of this. I gotta go get all the knowledge I can, because like this is what I'm trying to do. And so plus we live in the age of being an independent artist and like knowing what that's about, knowing how to own your music and all that. So I had hella questions, but anyways, I wrote the 16 bars, put that in my pocket. Then as they were trying to work on the beat, they were getting stuck with the software. And I was just in the back of the room, like telling them like, oh, just press like Command G or Command whatever. And he was like, yo, come to the front. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, we moved to the front. And more as the day went on, he saw that I was like multifaceted too, and that I could rap. He gave me some pointers on my ad libs. And when he walked away, his two guys was like, bro, you just woke Rasta up or something like that, they said. And I'm like, dang, I guess because it's like he's been in the game for a while, but to see that he's trying to offer, he cares about offering somebody some tips, because people don't have to do that. People don't have to plant those little seeds that matter. Like he could have just been like, bro, I'm gonna go do this workshop and then go on about my day. Like that's right. It. But even after the workshop, he had sent me some events to come out to that he was DJing for, and I got to see like where all these other artists were performing at, and it's crazy because I was going to eventually tap into those events, but then Corona hit, right. So, but even still, like he came to Emory to teach, and I was like, oh, bet, dope, I'm about to.
Corona, that dirty bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So he came to teach us, teach a hip hop class, and like we pretty much learned the history of sampling. We learned about, like Jay Dilla, and we were making beats and stuff in class. And so even after that, he's still like a great resource for me. Like I hit him up from time to time to ask him questions about, how would I approach this situation right here? How would I go about, this or that, and he's like more than willing to share the knowledge, and he's super humble dude, like super humble. Like the stories he shared with us, just bro, super humble. Like I'm blessed to even have that connection too. So
Breonna Taylor.
Oh, bro, that hurts me just when you said it. Like
it's mind-boggling.
Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor.
R.I.P.
I don't know, bro. It's like, it's just some things where it's like, we know what the problem is, but it's like, how much more do we really need to say it, bro? Like, how much more do we really need to say it? It's not even like, it's common sense at this point. Like, we know what's up.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know that ain't right.
No, that's like somebody barging in. Oh, we got the wrong house. Doom, doom, doom.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think I don't even really know what to make of it. It's stuff like that happens in life where I'm like, why? Why did that have to happen for? I don't know. I can't even really say too much on it, but it's tragic. Like, it's super tragic. It's almost like, it's sad to say, but like, just how numb we're becoming to certain things. Like, you shouldn't have to. That's crazy. Like, to know that story, to know that that's happening, like the trauma that we have to unpack and deal with as Black people is like, people will never really understand that, bro. Like, and they think it's like, I don't know. I don't really know how other people see it from the outside, but like, it's so deep. It's so deep to have that happen. Like, you're supposed to be safe in your home. Not even that. Police are supposed to be the ones who protect and serve. Yes. But to do that, that's like, bro, that's unheard of.
And they get basically a slap on the wrist.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But I think we all should really like just look at that and be like, okay, take it as face value. Like, that
won't happen again.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I don't know, man. That shit is rough. Like, it's a lot, and she's not the only one. It's so many. It's so many. Like, it's so many. But even just, I don't know, bro. I think these are things that I think about like every day, where I don't even have the words to really unpack it. It's just in my head, and I'm just like, wow. Yeah. Really? Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's lift everybody's spirits, man. We need that Labor Day cook up.
For sure.
We need that new, that good,
for sure.
That good, that sound. We need that creativity.
For sure.
It's the cook up. Time for the cook up.
For sure.
Hey, yo, Chris, where you at? I'm in town. town.
You are only confined by the walls you build yourself. Yeah, man. You are your only wall. You're the only one blocking your progress. Man, it's nothing in your way. It's nothing you can't attain in this world. Put your mind to it and do it. Bulldoze those walls down. That's my word, y'all. Blessings on blessings on blessings. Peace.